Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial and kind of a first impressions on the new Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette. I actually wore this a couple times already, but I haven't delved, is that the word? I haven't used any of the shimmery shades yet, so I've used the mattes and the crease, and I have a couple things I want to say about this palette. So I'm going to use it full glam today. The other day when I used it, excuse me phone, the other day when I used it I didn't put any false lashes on, I didn't do the full glam, and we're going to go full glam today. So first I'm going to talk about the packaging. Number one, this is what the palette looks like. It is really nice and long and very thin, so it would be great for travel. I have to say, when I first saw this, especially opened up, it reminded me of a color drain palette, and those palettes are phenomenal. If you've not tried them, they get rave reviews in the way that the pans are set up and just the glittery versus the matte formulas. It really does remind me of that. Very nice, very clean, very high end. Another thing I wanted to mention is because of the nature of the rose gold background, it can make the shadows appear, you know, more ashy or lighter or darker depending on the way you're holding the palette. So with these lights, it's kind of hard to show you exactly what the pans look like. Another thing I noticed when I did use them is in the pan, they appear lighter than they do when you blend them on your eye. So that's something else I noticed, just want to keep note of that. I'm going to show you swatches and I'm going to go over my thoughts. First of all, you've got these really, really intense glittery shades, which I am all about. And she did say use them wet. I think you can use them with your finger or a brush, but just use them wet. I typically do anyways, so that's not a problem for me. And then you've got these shimmery shades that are more of a typical eyeshadow. What really stands out to me in this palette, honestly, is the mattes. I think there is such unique colors in here, and that's why I'm super excited about it. Specifically, these three transition shades. First of all, this mustardy, you guys know I love a camel shade. I don't know if that's the right word. Mustardy shade. It is speaking to me. Now, this is the shade called Strip, and it's just speaking to me. When I used it the other day, I felt like it was like a mustardy yellow where I could literally blow it out on the, you know, crease and lower lash line and be done. It's almost like that yellow vibes for summer. It would look beautiful with a tan. So this is probably standout for me. Also, Bear is a peachy shade. It's a little bit pinkier than like a peach smoothie and a little bit darker. I know peach smoothie was like a cult favorite for people, but it has the same effect. It's very nice, very light, kind of pinky, peachy wash. Again, you could pop that on and be done and go. And then you've got the shade Streaking in the middle, which is very, very neutral. It's not your typical tan. That's what I like about this, is that the mattes are quite different. They're not the typical, you know, tan, brown, black. There's some different variations of tone in here, which I'm really, really intrigued by. So I'm going to go ahead and do a look with this palette. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm literally going to sit it down, look at it, and see where I want to go. Packaging, A+ for me. Really, really nice. On the back, you've got this LL logo. I just think that she stepped her game up tenfold. It's $45. And you get, I believe, 14 shades in here. So I think it's a great price. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Also, with your order, you will get this cute little card with Laura's face on it. And then it has all the shade names on the back, and it's describing the finish and what the shades are like. So I think that's super helpful. A nice little touch. I did actually order a Nudie Patootie palette for myself. I did not know she was going to be sending me PR, and this arrived to my surprise. That's the word I'm looking for. So I have another palette here in the box. I opened it up just to make sure it wasn't broken or anything, but I'm going to keep it in the box and I'm going to give it to you guys. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Any comment will do, and you'll be entered to win your own Laura Lee palette. So that was super nice that she sent it. I have to say, I've met Laura Lee a couple times. She's been nothing but nice to me. Actually, she was super friendly to me on my first brand trip where I was basically shitting my pants. She's a cool girl. She's actually just super funny and outgoing. She's a fun one to be around. I can say that. I remember just joking, laughing. She's lighthearted. So I really, really like Laura. But aside from that, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If you saw my cat's pajamas review, you know that I was honest about it. So I'm going to tell you everything I think. But let's go ahead and get into some swatching, and then we'll get into the look. And I haven't even swatched all of these yet. I've just used, again, some of the mattes, and I'll let you know. And that's why I look a little crazy now, because we haven't put anything on our eyes. So anyways, before we get started, subscribe, like, comment. If you want to win your own Nudie Patootie palette, comment down below, and let's get into some swatching. Alright, so I have you guys zoomed in, and I think I'm going to start with my favorite shade in here, which is that strip shade I was telling you about. It's just that, like, I don't know, it's like that camel yellow color. I don't know why I say camel. So I'm going to go ahead and just sweep this all in the crease, and I'm really going to blow this out. This is going to be my transition. Using a Morphe M535, just a really nice fluffy brush. It is so windy in Ohio. I feel like we're on the verge of a tornado like every day. I'm like, excuse me. Every time I try to film, it's like a freaking, I don't know, windstorm outside, and I feel like it's so loud. So if you hear that, my apologies. I'm also going to take an M503, and I'm going to start working this on my lower lash line as well. This color is just gorgeous. So first shade blended beautifully. I'm going into the shade Reveal. This is a neutral brown tan, just a little bit deeper than that strip and more neutral. So I'm going to use this on a R39, and I'm just going to start doing a halo eye. So I'm gonna go on the outer corner and then the inner corner. So far everything's blending really nice. I'm not having a ton of kick up. I'm not having any fallout. Okay, I think I'm gonna go into Butt Naked. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna go in with that same brush and start deepening up what we just did. This is quite a bit deeper. So I'm using a really light hand. Also going to sweep this on the lower lash line. Okay, and then to finally deepen up a little bit more, I'm going into Nakey Nakey, which is the deepest shade, and I'm using a little Makeup Addiction brush. It doesn't have a name on it, unfortunately. Oh, the Precise Blender is what it's called. So I'm going to just really focus this low and on the outer portions of my lid and the inner portion. And then once I place this, I'll use the first brush that I used to blend. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Strip again with that first brush, and we're gonna just use this to kind of reinforce the middle of my halo eye. So I'm gonna keep this very light and go back and forth, and we're just gonna kind of reinforce the center while also blending those darker edges. Okay, so now I'm going to take some concealer and I'm going to really define the halo eye. I just feel like it looks cleaner and it's going to make the look pop. I don't know what shade I want to put on my lid because they all look so pretty. So I'm just like toying around in my head. First I want to get the concealer on, and then we'll kind of see where we're going to go from there. So for the lid, I'm actually going to go into the shade Uncover. It's killing me not to go into Jaybird, but I've seen everyone do it, and with this look, I feel like Uncover will look better. So I'm going to go into this. This is not a glittery metallic. It's a shimmer though. It's like it's kind of interesting. It's like a white taupey shimmer. I'm not sure. So we're going to use that. So for the base of it, I'm going to use my finger, and then around the edges I'll go in with the brush. Okay, we're going to jump back into our R39, and actually I think I'm going to take Butt Naked, and I'm just going to take the littlest bit and I'm going to start blending the edges. I don't want to like really diffuse it to where you can't see it. Holy trash guy, can you calm the F down? It's so loud. But I'm just going to diffuse the corners. Oh my gosh. The trash guy is so loud. So just diffusing those corners just a little bit, and then I'm actually gonna go in with this Makeup Addiction brush with like no additional product and just really blend those edges. I mean, we want this to be quite harsh, but still. Okay, so I applied some lashes off camera, and I'm gonna go into the shade Stark. And I'm actually gonna use this on my brow bone and inner corner. It looks like it's a shimmery white, so I'm gonna go very light-handed, just to really brighten up the brow bone, which I don't always do, but with this light shade on the lid, I think it'll look nice. And then I'm also gonna go into my inner corner. So here's the final look that I created using the Nudie Patootie palette. I have to say, everything blended very, very nicely. I don't feel like the mattes were super dry. They just felt nice and pigmented. They didn't dust away when I blended. I didn't have to build them up a lot. You really could use a light hand with this. I love the packaging. The shimmer applied beautifully. I used my finger and then I used my brush a little bit to clean up the edges. Now, I didn't use any of the glitter formulas inside, but again, I would anticipate that they would be fine as long as you use them wet. I think that this palette is gorgeous. When I actually saw it released, I think it was on Trend Mood or Laura Lee's page, I immediately texted her and was like, oh my gosh, congratulations. This really blew my mind. When I saw it opened, I actually was one of those like, oh, it was like a gasp for me. And I think just because of the presentation, to me, it looks quite expensive and the formula kind of emulates that. So I absolutely recommend this. What I love about it the most is that it is neutral, but it also can take you a few different ways. As I said, I saw a lot of people going in with Jaybird, which is super, super beautiful. But you can go pinky that way, and then I also went more of a neutral look today. So you can kind of go bronzy with this gold. You can go like warm bronze, you can go pinky, you can go more taupey, icy, kind of how I did. I'm absolutely impressed with this palette. I think you get a bang for your buck. You get a ton of shades. So I think she knocked it out of the park with this. I think she listened to the feedback, and I love this palette. This palette to me would be something that I would use on the daily just because it has so many different transition shades. And most days I'm literally gonna pop one of those in the crease, maybe a glitter on my inner, or a highlight or a shimmer. Wow, I can't talk. A shimmer on my inner corner and call it a day. I don't typically do full beat like this every day, and I like that she included the two glitter shades because you can kind of have those pigments on hand instead of having to travel with pigments. I know everybody is crazy about glitter, pigments, anything crazy, crazy shimmery. So the fact that you have two options in here that are even more intense than a metallic is great because you can do the mattes and then pop one of those glitter shades or those metallic foiled shades on and you're good to go. So congratulations to Laura. I'm hyped about this palette. Definitely recommend if you guys were waiting on my thoughts. I think that this is great quality. I think she knocked it out of the park. I will have it linked down below. Congratulations to you, Laura. Thank you for sending it to me. And don't forget, leave a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and you will be entered to win your own Nudie Patootie palette. So because she sent me PR, I have another one. I just want to give back to you guys and thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, comment down below, enter the giveaway, and I'll see you in my next video.